before that, Chelsea, we documented early in this show that you had exactly 17 minutes to get ready for today's version of our program. You did your research last night. Your alarm went off late because you had PM instead of AM. You said it was going to be a bad day for you. You were in a bad mood, but have you turned things around in the midst of this show?
Well, I'm awake and I made the show, so that's all I was hoping for. I think when the circumstances are tough and you're in a bad situation, just set the bar really low and aim for that. So today I'm setting the bar really low and I made the show. I am here and I've made it almost the entire time. So at least I didn't casually curse on the broadcast like the Guardians broadcaster did on the White Sox game last night.
I saw that. Just to put in perspective what we're talking about, Gavin Sheets for the White Sox had what was pretty much a routine fly ball. He had to run a little bit, but the ball just hits his glove and falls out, and it allowed the Guardians to score what? The Guardians were down 8-2 and came back and won in extra innings. It was just a comedy of errors for the White Sox. And not the play-by-play guy, but the color commentator on the telecast says, "Are you sheeting me?" essentially is what he said. He didn't say sheet, but he was so flabbergasted by how badly they were playing in the field, he couldn't help himself. So you make a good point. Have you ever cursed on the air accidentally, Chelsea?
Accidentally, yes, because I mispronounced a word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you say a bench player and you say something else, but never cursing under my breath or saying something purposefully. It's been just because I mispronounced something.
Okay, yeah, that's happened to me a couple times before, but I've never actually, I dropped a damn one time a long time ago. I've told that story on the air when I was a kid, so that scared me because I was going into a church service, not exactly the time when you want to drop a curse word. But fortunately, I've been very lucky. You know what they teach you? You were in local news for a long time, so you know the old adage, the microphone is always hot. No matter what, don't think you're off the air, because that's what happens a lot of times. Guys think they're not on the air, or you could be broadcasting from somewhere. You think you're in commercial break, but the microphone is still on, and then you say something that you regret later.
Yeah. So I think it's maybe a touch different in radio. Like the leash is a little bit longer because in TV, it's even like the borderline cuss words that you're not supposed to say. Like I'm not going to go down the list.
Go for it.
No, but like in TV, it's just a little bit more buttoned up, I can't just roll in here with a t-shirt on. Like sometimes we do, like you have on right now, just a t-shirt.
This is not a t-shirt, Chelsea. This is a
What is it?
It's a light sweater, is what I would say.
That's
a very
not a
light
sweater. That's a t-shirt with buttons.
A t-shirt doesn't have buttons by definition.
It's a t-shirt with buttons.
This is not a t-shirt with buttons. This has it's kind of a mesh quality to it. This is not a t-shirt. Chelsea, I'll teach you all that I know about men's style. I have a plethora of information rolling around in my brain. This is not a t-shirt. It looks like a t-shirt. I think if you saw it in person, you would feel differently.
Jenks, you're the person that has a promo on this very network that says you wear a nightshirt and iron it. So no, I will not be taking fashion advice from you.
And who came up with that, you iron your nightshirt idea? Was it me or was it you?
Well, because it sounds like it would be true.
Well, exactly. It's not true. That's just something. You know what? You look like you're headed to prom right now. You're dressed in pink. You're ready for your date to pick you up.
Yeah, and I got ready in 17 minutes for prom. So good on me. I'm ready to rock this prom. I'm going to dance to, some Destiny's Child, get a little too close to my date before my date leaves me for somebody else.
Well, I hope Jake brings you the corsage I told him to get, and all will be well. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, even without Ja Morant, the Grizzlies took the Warriors to the very brink last night. The Joes and Aaron will talk about if Memphis can make one last push. And if you missed our debate over how much growth you should expect from Bears quarterback Justin Fields, download and subscribe to the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcasts. Well, now that we've talked about fashion, let's go into styling our best bets and find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
Chelsea, we crushed it last night, on our best bets and leans. Let's get to our best bets. Who you got?
Yeah, going with the first 5 under for the Diamondbacks and Marlins today. Looking at these two starters, I think they're in for at least a decent game. So the number on this one's 4.5. I'm taking the under 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. So we've got Luzardo going for the Fish, who's been really good this year. Really a great season for a once highly touted prospect out of the A's organization. He's got at least 5 innings in 4 of his 6 starts this year with 1 run or fewer in all of his starts. So he's having a great year. And plus, he gets a good spot for strikeouts in this one as well. And he's a strikeout pitcher. He's really been dealing and limiting the walks more this season. And then on the other end, we've got Madison Bumgarner, who's coming off that game, which he was ejected against the Marlins. We all know how big of a competitor that Madison Bumgarner is. Don't you think he'll be dialed in and ready to go for this game? I think so. And plus, he's having a decent year as well. Has not given up more than a run this season, despite facing some pretty good offenses. He's played the Mets, the Astros, the Cardinals, the Padres, and also the Nats. So I think he's in for a good one here. So let's take a first 5 under 4.5 runs between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins.
I love that pick. I'm going to the ice, trying to make it 3 straight. I'm on Carolina back at home. I know Boston has won the past 2 games in this series, but the Canes are just a different animal on home ice. They're 5-1 in their last 6 as a host, and this is something we've seen from them all season long. They have the 5th best record at home. At least they did during the regular season, 29-8-4 in Raleigh. There's a little concern with Frederick Anderson being out, but Antti Raanta has done just fine. He shut down the Bruins in Game 1. Boston is going to be without Charlie McAvoy, who is their best defenseman. It's minus 145 at BetMGM right now. I don't mind laying the juice. Give me Carolina at home tonight, and let's make it 3 straight. Chelsea, oh my God, the 8-ball is not in your kitchen. It's right there on your desk. If you want to watch Chelsea shake the 8-ball, go to twitch.tv/BetQL. That's twitch.tv/BetQL. She's showing it off right now. Chelsea, what does the 8-ball have to say?
All right, let's start with my bet. And for those of you who might be new to this show, every day we do our best bets and see if our friend, the magic 8-ball that we got from a toy store, is going to ride with us or fade with us. So let's go. My bet first 5 under, 4.5 runs, Diamondbacks, Marlins, 8-ball. What are we saying?
Oh, God.
My sources say no.
Ooh, little negative Nancy from the 8-ball. You said he was our friend. He's not our friend. That's not what friends do. Friends support one another.
Clearly not. Okay, so Jenks' bet was on hockey, and I'm going to have to look it up. And it was the Hurricanes, minus 140 on the money line. 8-ball, do we like it? 8-ball says, yes, definitely.
Oh, look at that. You know how I knew you forgot my bet is when you go, Jinx's bet is on hockey. And I thought, okay, she's going to have to look this up. She does not remember what this bet is at all. Chelsea, what are your leans?
Yeah, going to go with a couple of strikeout props. First up, Garrett Whitlock, over 4.5 strikeouts. It is a juicy number at minus 160, but still think he gets 5 strikeouts here because looking at his leash, it's getting longer each and every time. Last time out, he went 5 innings, struck out 9 against the Angels. And then in the previous starts, he had 7 strikeouts and 2. So certainly high upside, on Garrett Whitlock here. I think he gets this done. I think he gets a longer leash, especially with how bad the Red Sox bullpen has been. Yeah, I think you keep him in as long as possible. So I'm going to go over a strikeout prop of 4.5 for minus 160. And then another strikeout prop I do like is Madison Bumgarner. This one's at plus money. Over 4.5 strikeouts for plus 120. And this is where you look at the numbers and the stats and you try to find an edge because of the outliers. And I think you get a good number on this because Madison Bumgarner has faced some of the best hitting teams in baseball in his first 5 starts of the year. He's faced Houston, Washington, the Mets, and the Cardinals. So he has only hit this number in 1 game against the Nationals. But if you look back at his starts against the Marlins, last year he had 7 strikeouts and 9 strikeouts against Miami last season. And plus, looking at Miami, they are striking out 29.7% of the time against left-handed pitching. Madison Bumgarner is a lefty, and Miami strikes out the most of any team in all of baseball against left-handed pitching. So I'll take that plus money, plus 120. Madison Bumgarner over 4.5 strikeouts for, plus 120.
The only other lean I have, I'm going to go Red Sox and Braves. I'm going to play first 5 under 4. It's juiced to minus 125. And I just believe the pitchers in this game have been performing so well recently that I just think it's the right side. And who do we have going today? Because I looked this up earlier. We have Garrett Whitlock going up against Kyle Wright. Whitlock has made 3 starts, allowed only 2 runs over 12 innings. Opponents are hitting 143 against him. Wright has been equally as good. He has become the best right-handed pitcher in that Braves rotation. Faced the Red Sox 3 times in his career. Has an ERA just over 2. I think these two go at it early. First 5 under 4 runs, juice to -125. Let's check in on the Donkster and give you your BetQL 5-star best bets. For insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets, download the BetQL app. Donkster, you went 0-5 last night. 0-5. A big goose egg. What do you have to say for yourself?
Donkey! No!
Yeah, what the hell are you doing down there? 0-5? You could throw a dart at a dartboard, Chelsa, and hit 1 of 5 picks. This moron and that marble rolling around in that donkey head of his decided, I'll just bet a bunch of overs. And he lost. I'll tell you something. I try to be a good father, but I run a tight ship, and I'm going to drop this guy off at the pound if he doesn't improve. And they'll say, sir, this is a donkey. We only accept dogs. I'll say, I don't care. You keep him. I don't want him. He can't win a bet. Listen to these bets tonight. Dodgers at Pirates over 8. Brewers at Reds over 8. Red Sox at Braves over 7.5. Blue Jays at Yankees over 7. Astros at Twins over 6.5. Is he even looking at the metrics here, Chelsea?
Absolutely not. More overs? Are you kidding me? That's what got him in a hole last night.
Well, if you want a free donkey, there'll be one available here in Washington, D.C. within the hour.